Hey everybody, as you can see, I got out for a flight, had a drop in my phone, got to pick grasshoppers out of the wing, and had an issue with my clutch again on this particular flight. I'm going to have a video coming up about that.
Staying engaged, huh?
Yeah. At least it's running.
You never did change it, but you ordered it?
I've got it in the mail now.
Okay.
Shouldn't
be needing a new clutch at these low hours. I mean, you could treat it just like a no clutch machine, basically.
Well, it's really hard. Last time I couldn't start it.
Oh, really?
I was afraid I'd tear up my starter.
Here I gunned the engine a little just to see if it would break the clutch free.
Why don't you put it on when it's running?
That's what I'm going to do, I think.
That's what I do. That's what I do anyway.
It looks like it might be disengaged now.
Yeah, looks like it's trying to.
Here David's our wind dummy of the day. He's the first one to get in the air, coming by telling us whether the air is good. And so I'm going to get clipped in with my motor running. I don't usually do that. Normally, my normal procedure would be to, warm up the engine on the rack there, and then clip in with it killed, and then start it as I was basically everything ready to go. So here I wanted to fly and not have to worry about starting it again. So I left it running, was real careful about the throttle, getting clipped in, but I think that kind of distracted me and probably contributed to my not stowing my phone quite as carefully as I normally do. I normally take off with it. It's in a Velcro, heavy-duty Velcro on inside my little lap bag, and the lap bag has some Velcro to keep the lid on, and I must not have sealed those up as well, because as you saw in the intro, I take off here, the bag opens up and the phone falls out. So we end up with flight number 1 of the day being pretty much a quick trip right around and try to land in the same spot, and did a little bit of searching, find the phone. Took me a little while to find it. Roger, one of my buddies that was out there, he landed and helped me search for it. Appreciate that. And about the time he got down and settled and walked up to me, I think that's about when I found it. So I guess he got an extra landing practice in. So here, we're going to get set up and go again. I got to get it started. The challenge with starting was my clutch was acting up. So in addition to cranking the motor over, you had to spin the prop a little bit, and which made it just a little more challenging. In the previous time, I was not able to get it started that way. But you see, I get it started and managed to get in the air a second time and have a good evening flight. And Roger got set up. He was ready for his launch a little bit quicker than I was. So we'll get him in the air. And I'll watch him take off. I'll get set up for my second launch of the day, which goes a lot smoother. This time I put the phone inside the zippered pouch of my lap bag. I think I ought to do that in the future. I can pull it out and Velcro it on the surface from now on whenever I want to. I've had 100, 150 flight launches with it in there Velcroed the same way every time. This is the first time it's ever fallen off like that. But still, I think I'll put the phone inside the zippered pouch, showing the rest of them, and avoid that issue. We had a fifth, I think it was the fourth or fifth pilot drive up just as we got launched. So decided to hang around our LZ and play around, do a little bit of water foot drag in some of the puddles. This is my version of water foot dragging. Find some stuff that's not even an inch deep and skim my foot across it. Notice I got my special foot dragging shoes on. I got the yellow duct tape on my right foot where I've worn a hole in the toes from dragging my foot toe down across some of the rougher ground. So we'll get headed off across the country for our evening flight. It was really just an awesome night, and here I'm following David. He's doing a little bit of low flying across one of the fields we have here, and it was really a nice night. You know, normally in an evening flight you get a few bumps and a little bit more thermal activity as we launch, and then it just gets better and better. But gotta say, there was a few minor bumps this evening, but it was really nice right from the start. Here I'm going to visit the Frito-Lay plant, I think it is. They got the Doritos and the Tostitos and all the trucks full of stuff. If you ever planning a Super Bowl party, I think maybe a Paramotor trip into there to grab some supplies might be the place to go. So here, cruise some of the, I think, cotton fields and just enjoy some of the scenes we have over here, the Brazos River. So I finished my little run through the hayfield. I'm going to let the trims out and try to catch my buddy up ahead. And as the sun's setting, have a last evening cruise across one of our favorite fields that we like to do some low flying on. Here I'm gonna go ahead and kill my motor in a second and practice my spot landing, see how if I can get pretty close to my pickup, my carrier on the back of my pickup. So thanks for coming along. I think my next video will be repairing my clutch. So we'll have a good one, everybody.